Did you know doctors warn that putting certain foods in the refrigerator could increase the risk of cancer for your whole family? We all grew up believing that the refrigerator is the safest place to protect our groceries from spoiling. But as we pass 70, we must understand that cold air can sometimes trigger chemical changes that are far from healthy. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 specific foods that you should never store in the refrigerator if you want to protect your family's vitality. These insights are not based on old myths, but on real patterns that researchers have observed in how certain foods behave when they are chilled. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to organize your kitchen to maximize your safety, and more importantly, what you can do to ensure your meals remain a source of strength rather than a source of concern. Stay tuned until the end, because you might be making a very common mistake with a staple item that could be impacting your health right now. Once you recognize these risks, you will have a clear idea of how to keep your kitchen truly safe and healthy for the years ahead. Now let's get started. Number 1, the leftover vegetable dishes. One of the most surprising foods that can become dangerous in the refrigerator is leftover green leafy vegetables like spinach, kale, and celery. These vegetables are naturally high in nitrates, which are generally very healthy for your blood pressure and heart. However, when these cooked vegetables are stored in the refrigerator and then reheated later, the nitrates can be converted into nitrites and then into nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are highly potent carcinogens that have been linked to a higher risk of stomach and esophageal cancers. For seniors who often rely on cooking large batches of food to save time, this can be a hidden trap that affects the health of the entire family. Consider Dorothy, a 74-year-old woman who took great pride in her healthy diet. She would cook a large pot of vegetable soup with lots of greens every Monday and eat it throughout the week, reheating it in the microwave day after day. She thought she was doing everything right to stay healthy and strong. What she did not realize was that each time she reheated those greens after they had been sitting in the fridge, she was potentially increasing the concentration of harmful compounds in her soup. She started experiencing frequent indigestion and a lingering discomfort in her stomach that she dismissed as just getting older. But her body was actually sending a signal that it was struggling to process the chemical changes in her food. The true wisdom of nutrition after 70 is understanding that fresh is almost always best. This does not mean you can never have leftovers, but it means you should be very careful about how you manage your green vegetables. The good news is that you can minimize this risk by only cooking the amount of greens you plan to eat in one sitting, or by eating your leftover vegetables cold rather than reheating them to high temperatures. This prevents the chemical conversion that creates those dangerous nitrosamines. By making this adjustment, you are preserving the heart, healthy benefits of your greens while removing the risk to your digestive system. It is a way of being proactive about your health and ensuring that your efforts to eat well are truly paying off. Your body is a temple that has served you for 7 or 8 decades, and it deserves the highest quality of fuel. By paying attention to how you handle your leftovers, you are upholding a standard of excellence for your own well-being. This is not about being afraid of your food. It is about being informed and making choices that support your longevity. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish your cells, and by avoiding these storage mistakes, you are giving your family the gift of health and peace of mind. Number 2, the refrigerated potato starch. Potatoes are a staple in almost every American household, but the way you store them can have a profound impact on your family's risk of developing cancer. When potatoes are stored in the cold environment of a refrigerator, a chemical reaction occurs where the starch is converted into sugar at a much faster rate than normal. This might not sound dangerous at first, but when these high-sugar potatoes are later cooked at high temperatures, such as when you fry, roast, or bake them, they produce a chemical called acrylamide. Acrylamide is a known carcinogen that has been linked to various types of cancer in numerous health studies. And for seniors whose bodies are already working hard to repair cellular damage, this extra toxic load can be especially risky. Consider Linda, a 68-year-old woman who always kept her bags of potatoes in the bottom of the fridge because she thought it would prevent them from sprouting. She loved to make roasted potatoes for her grandchildren every Sunday, thinking she was providing a wholesome and traditional meal. What she did not know was that by refrigerating those potatoes, she was inadvertently increasing the levels of acrylamide in the very food she was serving to her loved ones. She noticed that the potatoes often turned a dark, burnt brown color very quickly in the oven, which is a telltale sign of that chemical reaction taking place. This is not something you are doing wrong out of malice. but it is a habit that your body and the bodies of your family members are paying for over time. The true wisdom of maintaining a healthy kitchen is learning that some things are best left in a dark, cool, but not cold pantry. By keeping your potatoes at room temperature in a paper bag, you preserve the integrity of the starch and prevent that dangerous conversion into sugar. This ensures that when you cook them, they remain a safe and nutritious source of energy. Many people assume that cold is always better for preservation, but in the case of starchy vegetables, the cold is actually an enemy to your long-term vitality. The good news is that this is a very simple fix that can immediately lower the toxic exposure for your entire family. By making this one small change in your storage habits, you are taking a proactive step toward a cancer-free future. You are choosing to honor the biology of the food and the health of your nervous system. It is important to remember that our bodies, after 60 and 70, are much more sensitive to these types of chemical stressors. By reducing the burden of acrylamide, you are giving your cells a better chance to stay healthy and resilient as you age. It is about creating an environment where your family can thrive without hidden threats in their favorite meals. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, the raw onion halves. It is a common habit for many of us to use half an onion for a recipe and put the other half in the refrigerator for later. However, this is a practice that can be quite hazardous to your health. Onions are highly absorbent by nature, and once they are cut, they act like a magnet for bacteria and pathogens that are floating in the air of your kitchen and your refrigerator. Even in a chilled environment, the cut surface of an onion begins to oxidize and can quickly become a breeding ground for germs that can cause food poisoning or contribute to systemic inflammation. Take, for instance, Barbara, an 81-year-old woman who lived in a small apartment and took great pride in her frugal nature. She never wanted to waste even a small piece of a vegetable, so she would wrap her leftover onions in plastic film and keep them in the fridge door for days. She started noticing that she was catching colds more often and feeling a general sense of fatigue that she could not explain. What Barbara did not realize was that the refrigerated onion was no longer a healthy vegetable. It had become a source of bacterial contamination that was taxing her immune system every time she added it to her salads or soups. There is an old piece of folk wisdom that says onions can absorb the flu virus from a room, and while that may be a myth, the reality that they absorb environmental bacteria is very real. When an onion is left in the fridge, it also loses its powerful sulfur compounds that are so beneficial for your heart health. Instead, those compounds begin to break down into substances that can irritate the stomach lining. The true meaning of a healthy lifestyle after 70 is knowing when to prioritize safety over frugality. The good news is that you can still avoid waste by using the whole onion at once, or by freezing the chopped pieces immediately if you truly cannot use them. This prevents the onion from sitting in the moist, enclosed air of the fridge where bacteria thrive. By always using fresh, whole onions, you are ensuring that you are getting the maximum anti-inflammatory benefits that this vegetable is famous for. You are protecting your digestive tract from unnecessary stress and keeping your family safe from invisible contaminants. Your kitchen should be a place of healing, and by being mindful of how you handle cut vegetables, you are upholding a high standard of care for yourself and your loved ones. This small shift in your cooking routine is a sign of the wisdom and attention that comes with years of experience. It is a way of ensuring that every ingredient you use is contributing to your longevity, rather than taking away from it. Number 4, the opened canned goods. Many seniors have a pantry filled with canned soups, vegetables, and beans because they are convenient and easy to store. But a very dangerous mistake occurs when you open a can, use only part of it, and then place the remaining contents back into the refrigerator while still inside the original metal container. Once a can is opened, the tin or steel is exposed to oxygen, which causes a process of oxidation to begin immediately. In the cold, moist environment of the refrigerator, this oxidation can happen even faster, leading to the metal leaching into the food. This can result in a metallic taste, but more importantly, it can expose your family to unhealthy levels of tin and other residues that are not meant for human consumption. Furthermore, many cans are lined with a chemical called BPA to prevent corrosion, and once the seal is broken and the can is chilled, This chemical can also migrate into the food more easily. BPA has been linked to hormonal imbalances and an increased risk of certain cancers, which is a significant concern for those of us who are focused on maintaining our health in our later years. Imagine James, a 75-year-old man who lived alone and often ate half a can of peaches as a snack. He would put the open can right back on the top shelf of his fridge without a lid. He thought it was harmless because the fruit was still cold, but over time, he was consuming small amounts of oxidized metal and chemicals that were quietly contributing to his joint pain and brain fog. He did not connect his declining energy to the simple habit of how he stored his leftovers. This is a subtle risk that many people overlook because they believe the refrigerator is a complete shield against spoilage. The true secret to longevity is being intentional with every step of your food preparation. The good news is that you can easily make this habit safer by simply transferring your leftovers into a clean glass or ceramic container before putting them in the fridge. This keeps the food fresh and prevents any chemical or metal contamination from the packaging. By taking this extra minute to care for your food, you are showing a deep respect for your body and the health of your family. You are ensuring that the convenience of canned goods does not come at the cost of your long-term safety. It is important to remember that our bodies are incredible at filtering out toxins. But as we pass 60 and 70, we want to make that job as easy as possible. By avoiding metal contamination, you are protecting your liver and your kidneys from unnecessary work. This is a point of wisdom that can help you stay vibrant and strong for many more years. It is about creating a clean, safe environment for your internal systems to function at their best. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, the cold stored tropical fruits. Many of us love to keep our fruit bowls full of vibrant colors, and it is a natural instinct to put everything in the refrigerator to make it last longer. However, tropical fruits like bananas and mangoes are designed by nature to thrive in warm environments, and they do not have the natural defenses to handle the harsh cold of a modern fridge. When you put a banana in the refrigerator, the low temperature breaks down the cell walls of the skin and the fruit itself, which is why it turns black so quickly. This isn't just a cosmetic issue. The breakdown of these cells releases enzymes that can lead to rapid rot, and the development of microscopic molds that are not always visible to the naked eye. Think about Robert, a 72-year-old man who lived alone and wanted to make his groceries last for 2 weeks. He would put all his bananas in the crisper drawer, thinking he was being responsible. But he noticed that even when the fruit looked okay on the inside, he would often feel bloated or have a strange digestive discomfort after eating them. What Robert did not realize was that the cold had inhibited the fruit's natural ripening process, and instead encouraged the growth of pathogens that his aging digestive system found difficult to handle. Tropical fruits are meant to ripen on the counter at room temperature, where they can develop their full range of antioxidants and vitamins. By chilling them, you are essentially killing the very nutrients that you are trying to consume for your health. The good news is that you can easily avoid this by keeping these fruits in a well-ventilated basket on your kitchen table. This allows the fruit to breathe and complete its life cycle naturally, ensuring that when you finally take a bite, you are getting the maximum benefit for your heart and your immune system. Pay attention to how your fruit feels. If it is cold and mushy, it is a sign that the internal structure has collapsed. By respecting the origin of your food, you are protecting your family from the hidden decays that cold storage can cause. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this video, take a moment to reflect on your own kitchen habits. Have you been putting some of these foods in the refrigerator without knowing the potential risks to your family? The goal of this discussion is not to make you fearful of your refrigerator, but to empower you with the wisdom to use it correctly. Our homes should be our sanctuaries, and the food we eat should be our medicine. By understanding how tropical fruits, potatoes, onions, canned goods, and green vegetables react to cold storage, you are taking a major step in protecting the health of your entire household. This is the kind of practical knowledge that can add years of high-quality life to your journey. Many people in their 70s and 80s accept health problems as inevitable, but so much of our vitality is determined by the small, daily choices we make in our homes. You have the power to create a safer environment for yourself and those you love. If you have recognized some of these mistakes in your own routine, do not be hard on yourself. We are all learning every day, And the fact that you are here seeking this information is a testament to your commitment to your family's well-being. The good news is that these changes are simple, cost-free, and can be started today. Start by clearing out that crisper drawer or finding a new spot for your onions. These are small acts of self-care that build a foundation of health. The true meaning of longevity is not just about the number of years you have, but the quality of the life you experience and the safety of the environment you create. You are a repository of wisdom and experience, and the world is better because you are in it. Embrace this chapter of your life with dignity and curiosity. You are not just aging, you are arriving at the core of who you are. This stage of life is a time to be intentional and to cherish the health you have worked so hard to maintain. When you take control of your kitchen safety, you are showing your family that you value them and that you are dedicated to a long, vibrant future together. Trust in your ability to make these adjustments and notice the difference in how you feel and how your family thrives. You deserve to have a kitchen that is a source of pure nourishment and joy. Stay with me until the end, because the journey of health is a continuous path of discovery, and every piece of information you gain is a tool for your independence. Your body wants to be healthy, and it is waiting for you to provide the best conditions for it to do so. Let this knowledge be the spark that helps you refine your routine and reclaim your vitality for the years to come. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps